Oh man, strap yourself in. We have a legend and a half in this video. You probably have never heard of him, but Teutonic Fortress is amazing. I love how he plays the game, and I really want to share this video with you. Now, you might have noticed that we are starting this video quite late. We are starting it in Feudal Age, and that's because this game is a banger and a half. You can see that Teutonic Fortress is pushing in some deer at the moment. Of course, Teutonic Fortress is Teutons, and he is playing in the gray. Look at this little wood line that he has made for himself. In the red, we have Franks being played by Moors. And actually, a very interesting thing about Moors is I actually played against Moors once or twice. I was about 1400 or so at the time in 1v1s, and he is definitely no slouch. Although I did pull some cheesy TC drop strategies on him. I wonder if he's going to prefer my strategy more or his strategy more. Oh man, that is open in the back, and that's going to matter a whole lot. I'm sure. Just want to introduce the players, and actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something crazy. Ooh, getting stone. Interesting. Getting wood. Walling in the wood? I'm actually going to fast forward just a little bit more over here, because this is where the beauty really starts to kick in from Teutonic Fortress. Sure enough, you can see he has a whole bunch of villagers on wood over here. He's able to get there, and he's going to start by building a tower on both the wood and the stone. Interesting. Has a whole bunch of farms going up, but it's definitely a lot slower to feudal than his opponent. Let's see who is going to be first to castle, and you'll see in a little bit why I love this player so much. Has a whole bunch of scouts from Moors coming in, but really there's not a whole lot of places that he can hit. He's running them around, run, and this is what I love. Good luck, have fun. Teutonic Fortress says there's nowhere to really go with these scouts, which is just hilarious, just because of the way that Teutonic Fortress has played this game. Teutonic now in castle, and look at what he does. He builds a castle right here, deletes the house, doesn't need it anymore, and 2 town centers right next to it. He is, in essence, building a fortress. Gets university. And now, I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. We have these scouts still being annoying. Another TC. We have 4 TC. Boom. And look at how beautiful this looks. Castle in the middle. Covers all of the town centers. Town centers obviously have their own range as well. Red, as Franks, of course, is making knights. This is wall of the stone over here, so those villagers are all safe, at least until battering rams or something in that nature get there. This is quite a distance to walk to that lumber camp, but look how many resources he is getting. And now the knights show up. Okay, cool. You have knights and you have scouts. Maybe they can pick on 1 or 2 of these villagers on the side, but this is a Teuton castle. Good luck finding any damage. So once again, Red wasn't able to find any damage with his scouts. He wasn't able to find any damage with his knight. And the best part about this is how Teutonic Fortress plays every single game. This is his strat. This is what he does. Earlier I cast a death match from him, but honestly, I'm sorry, Teutonic Fortress, but this regular 1v1 is so much better. Look how beautiful this is. I mean, honestly, and this is his strategy, and it's, I don't know, okay. It's working. But this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. It has just begun. He is, in essence, creating, well, a city here. Or maybe something even stronger. Maybe he's creating a... No. That can't be true. Wait a second. His name is Teutonic Fortress. And he's creating a fortress? Dun dun dun! But look at the score. He's way behind. He's giving up so much of the map control. He just simply does not care for it. We're going to speed this up just a little bit longer. But look at that. It's like a city. Look at all these ants going to work. He did chop for his wood line now, but he still has that tower there. And look at this. 2 beautiful monasteries right in the middle. And these knights, oh cool. You're going to get to that wood line? Awesome, buddy. Awesome. What are you going to do? Maybe kill 1 or 2 vills? I have castles everywhere. I have TCs everywhere. Look at that attack. That was such a fail, and he has to run away. This is literally a stronghold, a fortress. And the ants are working. This is great. Now, the monasteries, monks are on their way. I think he's going to try and gather some relics. Let's see the population difference. Moors is at 109, whereas Teutonic Fortress, he's booming, man. I don't think he's created any military other than the monks that are going to these corners to grab the relics. That is great. 1 relic already in, another castle coming up, castles everywhere. I think he's going to be researching, okay, handcart and Imperial Age. And once again, there's not much damage that Red can do at this point. Red should definitely focus on grabbing some of those relics because this game is looking like it is going late. There's so many castles everywhere. Getting tons of upgrades. Once again, no real military yet at this time. And check this out. This is awesome. It wasn't a stronghold yet. This is going to finish off the fortress. We have stone gates. We have stone walls. Nobody's coming in or out of here. And inside we have 7 monks. 7 monkaroonies. Very passive play. Getting the Teutonic Knights, fortified wall, all of the upgrades, crop rotation, and now, look at this. These archery ranges are producing hand cannoneers. It's almost like Teutonic Fortress is going for a specific build. He has Teutonic Knights, monks, and hand cannoneers. That's a very strong unit composition. Really interesting to me. Meanwhile, Red, he's kind of given up on attacking, and he's been expanding. He's expanding everywhere. I mean, kudos to Red. He is all over the map. He has good map control. He's building up a pretty deadly composition. He's got Cavalier. I wonder if he's going to get Paladin anytime soon. He's getting the Elite Tech so he can produce faster. He did manage to snag 1 relic, but man, I still can't get over Teutonic Fortress's fortress. This is like legitimately a fortress. I love it. Meanwhile, Teutonic Fortress is just building up. I'm gonna speed this up just a little bit more, just so that you know we see where this goes. Because where is this going to take us? Oh, it looks like we have a town center forwards from Red, and it looks like Teutonic Knight, or Teutonic Fortress, sorry, has reached his pop limit. We now have a fight going on between Paladin and Teutonic Knights. 48 Teutonic Knights on the field, but 27 of them are kind of out of position. Oh no, is this it? After all of that, is Teutonic Fortress just going to lose it here? Look at the amount of scorpions here. That's crazy. Alright, the monks, they pop out. Those monks could definitely get some conversions here. Town bell is rung. Now each one of these town centers ranges the other town centers. So that's kind of a cool setup in itself. But yeah, I don't know. This strategy is starting to lose its momentum, it seems like. But wait a second. What's going on over here? We have box formation. We have 29 Teutonic Knights, 11 monks, and 20 hand cannoneers? What is going on? What is this strategy? I mean, Teutonic Fortress, you gotta give him credit, even though he is absolutely getting wrecked right now. His town has its own specialized army force. Castle on his face. Looks like that is going to be able to range that TC, even though that TC is already down. I wonder at which point Teutonic Fortress is going to have to push back on this, because this is quite a strong push coming his way. Ooh, over here, meanwhile, these gold miners are cleared up. I didn't even know that Teutonic Fortress was there, to be honest. Nor did I know that he built a whole bunch of houses just sneakily in the corner over there. That is interesting. Even putting in Onager, researching Onager to defend from this. I wonder if he is going to be able to. Oh, pushing down this castle. At what point do you push back? I mean, these castles are no joke. These are, man, I can't even pronounce it. Correlation castles. They have the extra arrows, extra damage. They have tons of range, and these paladins are getting wrecked. But so is this castle. I mean, slow and steady wins the race. It looks like at some point this relic is going to eject. And these heavy scorpions could be a serious problem for Teutonic Fortress. Yeah, all of a sudden, this strategy not looking as strong anymore. But here comes the ball. Look at the ball. This the ball. It's a square, Proof Lord. Come on, it's a square. Oh, here come the paladins. Are monks gonna get any conversions on them? Oh, I think the monks are not there to convert. I think the monks are there to heal. Oh, that's awesome. Heals Teutonic Fortress. It's the healing Teutonic Fortress strategy. That makes so much sense. That's amazing. I'm finding all new levels to this strategy as I'm going through this. This is great. Honestly, I can't wait for these forces to smack into. So he can't micro 11 monks. I couldn't micro 11 monks. So he's simply using them as an infinite heal. And look at these 48 Teutonic Knights. They're all full HP. They're not going down. They're going to stay up for a while. Red now going for Rams, building stables at the front. Interesting. Are we going to get a big engage at this time? I'm going to fast forward just a little bit. There it goes. Boom. One shot. A lot of those are damage. We're getting more shots from these gunmen, hand cannoneers. The castle is doing work. Things are getting obliterated. Monks are doing some healing. I don't see any conversions coming in. Yeah, these must just be here for healing. That is awesome. I really like that. A whole bunch of trebs, but man, look at the amount of heavy scorpions. It's just gonna take him down with trebs, why not? That's the one thing though that will not be healed, and that is the trebuchets. Also, heavy scorpions very good against infantry. So definitely a counter-like matchup for Gray here. But yeah, those trebs are actually doing work, and heavy scorpion's not great at taking out trebuchets. Interesting. And it looks like slowly but surely healing Teutonic Fortress. I'm just gonna call him that now because I love the healing element of these monks in there. I did lose a whole bunch of hand cannoneers, only a 7 now. And I'm gonna just fast forward this a little bit, just because I know that this is a super long game. And well, you destroyed my monasteries. We need more monks. We're just gonna put those relics back and back at it. I really dig this. I really do enjoy this strategy. Now, I have to be completely honest with you here. Teutonic Fortress was the one who sent me the... Ooh, look at all those paladins. I'll tell you in a little bit. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of paladins. That bombard cannon just got eaten alive though. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is going to be a fight. Oh! That paladin just got blasted. That is great. That is absolutely great. So I have to be honest with you here. Teutonic Fortress sent me his deathmatch before, and I'm not really a big deathmatch caster. So that was my first time casting it, which was definitely interesting to me. But watching him actually play a ranked game is so much more interesting. Oh man, those TCs are getting eaten alive. That tower that he built in the beginning is getting eaten alive. So when he sent this to me, I said, do you have a particular strat that you're going for? And I would like to read you an email that you sent to me, because I had some idea of what was going to go down in this one. I looked over, I'm going to be completely honest, I looked over it really quick. I maybe watched like 9 or 10 minutes on super fast forward, and I was like, yes, this is exactly what we want to see. Teutonic Knights trying to push forward over here. Looks like there's some houses being destroyed over here. Interesting. Also managed to clear up all these houses that Gray had built sneakily there. So I want to read to you an email that you sent to me. I'm going to paraphrase it a little bit, outlining the strategy of the Teutonic Healing Fortress. So, the Teutonic Healing Fortress formation. He has a special formation. He's still working on this strat. He is improving it. It is 29 Teutonic Knights. So that's the 29 in this outer layer over here. Then he mentions that it is a total of 20 hand cannoneers. There you go. And then in the middle, it has 11 monks in square formation. They have stand ground, and they have some accompanying units. Well, he definitely has more than some accompanying units in this situation, because instead of having 29 Teutonic Knights, there are 52 Teutonic Knights, which is great to see. There's also a defense aspect to this. The defense mining and lumber camps I do in the beginning. I use minimal walls plus a tower to keep them safe. In this particular situation, it was not perfect. Very critical of his own work, as the lumber camp had some minor issues. I love this strategy and want to see it grow into popularity. So if you want to make Teutonic Fortress's Day. Please, please, please try this out for yourself. I'm sharing this with you because I just think it's so unique. It's so cool. He is getting housed pretty badly here, but he is building houses back. He's in this tiny little corner. And you know, win or lose, it doesn't really matter. As long as you're enjoying the game that you're playing, that's what really matters. And I can definitely see him enjoying this game. So that's great to see. And look, he did get some conversions. He did get 2 conversions on those paladins. Anyway, so if you want to make Healing Teutonic Fortress yourself, please try it. I hope this video is kind of an outline of how you could do that. You have the 2 monasteries in the middle. You have 4, it seems like, TCs spaced out equally around. And oh my goodness, those paladins are going in. Are they going to get converted? Oh, they do get converted. There's a conversion there. Now he is using conversions. I was wrong before. It's not just for healing. It's also for taking your enemy's units. That is for sure. And paladins from Franks, they're no joke either. He has +3, +4 on them, and +4 attack. That's pretty good in Imperial Age. Not bad at all. But this square formation, man, I'm loving it. And now he has the counter units to his own paladins. That's great. It's a very sorry, I'm just reading the last sentence of this email. My brain doesn't function fully half the time. So I just want to read this last sentence to you. It's very defensive, and one might hear the Deutz Volt when the raids for the holy relics come knocking. Well, the holy relics are in good standing. They are protected. He can't build any more monks. He is still badly housed. He's trying to get these houses back up, but the formation stands. 19, so that's 1 too little. We have, let's see, do we have the 11 monks? 10 monks, still 1 monk short. Can't quite rebuild the perfect army composition in Gray's opinion. Oh, is he going to get his own paladins back? Does lose 1 to the... I'm just going to speed this up because, like I said, this is a long game. He says his games normally go quite long, and that's totally okay. I personally like to play a really aggressive short game in which I try and win in Feudal Age with a TC drop, or I try and do as much damage as I possibly can with men-at-arms, setting myself up for a win in early castle. But some people, they thrive in Imp, and Healing Teutonic Fortress has found a way to get to late Imp, keep all of his eco safe for the most part, be it in this tiny little corner over here. He's keeping it safe, and he is just amazing, man. Just amazing. I love it when people do these strats, and he's not a low elo. Just for those of you who are wondering what elo he is, like I said, I played Moors, I think, when I was about 1400 or maybe 1300, which honestly is not the highest elo. It's no Harrow or Viper, but that's still pretty good. And look at him. He's pushing. He's like, now it's my turn to wreck your buildings. And here come the Trebs. Here come the Trebs, little darling. And those hand cannons are doing work. One after the other is falling. Definitely needs to keep these Trebs alive to maintain this push. Oh, he's lost formation. That's not good. You don't want to lose your square formation. Oh, and there come the light cav. Oh, and red does manage to push this back for the most part. Although, I say that, but Teutonic Knights are no joke. And now Teutonic Knights are right in red's face. And this is crazy. I mean, Gray only has 100 population, whereas red, look at that queue. Look at that ridiculous queue that red has. He should have him outmatched, outpopped, but no. Gray is holding on, and Gray actually has the score lead just because he has more expensive gold units. 185 pop to 100 pop. I mean, if I was up 85 pop and I couldn't win the game, I would definitely be frustrated. I did decide to build an archery range in this gap this time instead of a TC. He is building a TC back here. I don't think he had a TC for the longest time. Yeah, he was TC-less. And we have 35 Teutonic Knights over here. Booming back up. 140 population space now. And look at this massacre. Teutonic Knights shred. They shred. I think at this point, Frank should have just invested into archers. I know that's easy to say, but I think archers would have been the play. I think that actually counters quite well all the things that Heals Teutonic Fortress has. Healing Teutonic Fortress has. Because it kills the Teutonic Knights. It definitely is good against hand cannoneers. And it's also quite good against monks. Even if you get a conversion, that's okay. And look, he's just trying to raid the eco. But what eco? All the eco is protected. It's all protected. And, oh, it does look like he's going to keep that up. Definitely want to keep that up. And look, he has that slow trickle of gold, and he's not really losing units. He has tons of units here, and they're just shredding these halberdiers. That castle is Babaiski's. These Lycav are desperately trying to take this trip down, but that's not going to happen. He has some raiding going on in the back, but once again, there's no villagers to raid. It's a fortress. It's Teutonic Healing Fortress, and Teutonic Healing Fortress has taken the lead despite having almost 50 pop less than Morse. How is this even happening? I guess the power of Teutonic Knights. I think he needs to ball them up. Maybe ball up your pointy boys, because you have 35 pointy boys coming in one by one. They're like waves of zombies at this point, and you're only focusing on that treb. I think you need to be focusing on those Teutonic Knights, because right now, I don't think, yeah, both players are completely out of gold. There's no gold to be had on this map. I mean, all this lumber has been taken. There's just food and wood. I also wonder, oh, he did manage to take out that treb. Okay. I also wonder, where are the relics? I'm going to do a little bit of scouting over here. Where are the relics for red? I saw him taking relics earlier, but I don't quite see where he put his relics. Interesting. Well, that's okay. We're just going to have to see where and how much relic gold he got. And once again, here comes the perfect formation. A little light on the hand cannoneers, but doesn't matter. Oh, he destroyed. Oh my god. Just as we were talking about it, the holy relics will be returned to the Teutonic Knights. This is not yours. This is ours. And the square formation, reckon. Yeah, I still wonder how this strategy would fare against ranged units. Teutonic Fortress, if you have a game in which you play ranged units, I would love to see that. I think that would be very interesting. But oh my gosh, the massacre here. Absolutely shredding all these sorts. Stand ground, man. We don't care. Hold the line! Hold the line! Shred them! And the craziest part is you would think, oh, okay, well, these Teutonic Knights are eventually going to die. No, because the monks heal them. It heals them, just like his base. His formation is a fortress. That is impeccable. And now, the relics are home. They are back where they belong. Finally getting the final armor upgrade for his units is red. And yeah, these Teutonic Knights, they're shredding, man. They're absolutely massacring these non-gold units. And finally, more Teutonic Knights can be created, as now I believe, how many relics are there? 2 in this one, and all 5 relics are in Gray's base. Oh, but Red mustered up some onagers, but that's not going to end well. That is a total waste of onagers. And at this point, Red must be thinking to himself, really? Did I just play all this time? I had him in a corner. Did I just play all this time just to get defeated like this? You played 2 hours to lose like this? I still am curious if Red prefers my strategy or Healing Fortress's strategy. I dig this so much. I think this is great. I really do like this. This is so cool. The monks are healing. The army is nice and healthy. He can go forever. They're never dying. And meanwhile, Red's even chopping in the back of Healing Fortress's base because there's simply no space for him to expand to. There's no other resources. And this army just doesn't die. The monks even getting conversions on some of the siege. It just doesn't die. It's crazy. Look at this score. Red must be feeling so frustrated at this point. Meanwhile, Gray still only has about 100 pop, whereas Red still well over 100. This is it. This is Red's army. He doesn't have much more than that. But the problem is, like, you can't even raid him. He's just going back. He's just like, okay, I'm gonna rebuild my TCs. I'm gonna recollect gold. I'm gonna recollect wood. He's chopping straggler trees, that's for sure. And now he realizes that Red is over here, and here comes the holy square, I suppose. The square of doom, and that gold is trickling. It's trickling. It's trickling. It's coming in. And Light Cav from Red, I just don't see what you do with Light Cav at this point. The square is just walking around. He has a nice defensive formation at home. And if Trebs do come, I mean, he can just destroy with this ball. This ball is just walking around. Where are you? We are here for the hunt to destroy whatever you have other than your mates. And now, Red's kind of in a corner. There's no more wood. It looks like almost all the wood has been chopped. There's this tiny little patch here. There's this tiny little patch over here. There's no wood down here anymore. The wood is gone. Teutonic Fortress has simply outlasted his opponent. His infinite healing fortress. Ooh, we do have some big action going on over here. Ooh, let me just let that. Oh, that was a nice mop up from Red. Maybe Red's not out of this altogether yet. I mean, there's only one Teutonic Knight in here getting absolutely surrounded. And that, boys and girls, is what we call a bukkake. But now, the fortress, the square, is into the center. And he's probably going to have to pull this army back just to save his eco. But once again, I don't think Red is taking any wood. 0 on wood. Wood is done. There is no more wood. There is no more gold. There is no more stone. There's just food to be had for Red. And that's not going to be enough to stop this ball. That is crazy. That ball is just standing there too. Stand ground. Come at me, bro. And an absolute massacre again. Wow. My brother personally loves to play Franks. I honestly kind of feel bad just watching this because the Franks are getting destroyed. Oh my gosh, the villagers. Not the villagers. And the GG is called. He spared the women and children. That at least is noble. What a game! What a crazy game! There was nothing else for Red to take. Nothing. I mean, he even took the wood over here. Wild strategy. And this was intentional. This wasn't just like, oh, it went late. No, he tries to make it go late. His whole intention is for the map to completely be out of resources so that he can win with his healing Teutonic Fortress. And I personally am a big fan. I think this is great. I think it is great that people are playing in their own way. And I know you guys all want to see the statistics, so let's take a look at the statistics. And let's start with military. Oh my god. Look at look at that kill to death ratio. Have you ever seen a kill to death ratio that was so high? Like, I'm not talking about, oh yeah, I killed 100 units and I only lost one. We're talking about 1,600 units dead, 1,700 units dead, killed, and 300 units lost. Moore's definitely killed a lot more buildings. He also lost the fewest buildings. He also had the largest army. And of course, with those monks, he had the most units conversion, although not that many. I wish there was a stat that said HP healed, because that would actually be really useful for this particular game. And look, more food, more wood, more gold, more stone collected by Moors than Teutonic Fortress. But it doesn't matter if your units never die. Faster to feudal for Moors, faster to castle and imperial. Basically explored the whole map. More research. Society, 5 total castles, 4. 5 relics at the end. That was wild. And look at the gold generated from that. I mean, it may not seem like a whole lot, but 10,000 compared to 2,000, that's pretty major. And then look at this timeline. That's wild. That's just super wild. No military all the way up to Imp. One season Imp. Then he starts building military. And he's first to Imp because he doesn't invest into military. Holds down the fortress. And this is what you get. Absolute legend. Absolute legend. I mean, just look at the military stats. This is the wildest stats, I think. This is great. I love it. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in to see these legend videos, and I definitely enjoy casting these. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, and see you next time.